All right, we're looking at section 4.4, and this one's again talking about that percentage of change and rate of change, but there's a big difference. So for example 1, you'll notice here that they're giving you 62% and then 84%. So instead of giving you the values, they're giving you the percentages of change. So what we're figuring out are a little bit different. So here they're asking you what percentage of people, the percentage of people that are accessing the internet increased from 62% in 2000 to 84% in 2012. So what's the absolute change in the people accessing the internet? And I did it again. So this is going to be 84 minus 62, which is 22%. So it's a 22% increase in percentage points. And then it says, what is the relative change in terms of percentage points? So it's the change that you got on A divided by the original value, which was 62, and it comes with a 35.5% change. Okay, this one, population in city A is 24 less than the population in percentage in city B. So city's A population is what percentage of city B's? Well, there's a couple ways to figure it out. The easy way is to say 100% minus the 24% would be a 76% is the population for city B. Another way that you can sort of think about it logically, so let's just assume, and I'm just making up the numbers here, that city B has 1,000 people. Then city A would have 1,000 minus 1,000 times 24%, which is 760 people. So 760 is the change divided by the original, which is 1,000, would be 76%. Another example, the unemployment rate has risen more than a percentage point from 8.8% in February from 6.9% in November. What's the relative change? So we're going to take the new value, which is 8.8%, minus the old value, which is 6.9%, and you get a 1.9% increase. And then 1.9 divided by the original, which is 6.9, equals 27.5%. So the unemployment rate has risen 27.5%. Okay, now this one is just an interesting table, and there's not a definitive conclusion, so we're going to just talk about it. So there's the theory that if you eat zinc tablets or use zinc tablets, that you're going to have your colds will get better, or you won't have as bad of a cold as you did before. So people that used zinc tablets whose colds got better were 322, and people whose colds got worse were 185, and that was a total of 507 people that used zinc tablets. People that did not use zinc tablets, 145 got better, 70 got worse, which is 215 total that did not use zinc tablets. So we've got a couple of totals here. The 467 people are the number of people whose colds got better, and the 255 are the number of people whose colds got worse, and this doesn't matter whether they took zinc or not. And these are the people whose colds who took zinc or did not take zinc, and these are the total number of people that were polled or interviewed. So let's look at some percentages for the rows. So we're looking across. So the total number of people is 507. So 507 divided by 507 is 100%. So 100% of the people are on row 1. So 185 is 185 divided by 507 would be 36.5% of the people, and 322 over 507 is 63.5%. And we're going to do the same thing here. So 145 divided by 215 equals 67.4, and 70 divided by 215 is 32.5, and that's 100% of the people. So when you look at these statistics, so 63% of the people who used zinc tablets, their colds got better. 67% of the people who did not use zinc, their colds got better. So if you look at just those percentages, there's not really a strong conclusion that zinc helps or doesn't help. Okay? So here's another one down here. So this time we're doing by columns. So we're going to go down. So the totals here were 467. I got that from the chart up above. And the totals here were 255. So 322 divided by 467 is 69%. 145 divided by 467 is 31%. 185 divided by 255 is 73%. And 70 divided by 255 is 27%. So what this is saying here is that 69% of the people who used zinc, their colds got better, and 31% of the people whose colds got better did not use zinc. So let me rephrase that. 69% of the people whose colds got better used zinc. But look at this. 73% of the people whose colds got worse used zinc. So there's not a whole lot of strong conclusion from either one of these charts that zinc necessarily helps colds. But this is just a small set of data. It's only 722 people, but this is what this chart is talking about. So there's different ways of interpreting the data. And when you're, a company and you're trying to sell your product, a lot of times you might use data that looks the best for you. Like you might say here, look, 69% of the people whose colds got better used zinc. So that sounds like a really, really good statistic. 69% got better if they used zinc. But when you add in this other piece of information that 73% of the people whose colds got worse used zinc, that could go against the companies. So this is just how statistics can be manipulated. Have a good one.